Hello everyone, welcome to my video. I am Venkata Subramaniam, Assistant Professor, Triple Department. The subject code is OEE351, Renewable Energy System. It's an open elective for AIDS, National Regulation 2021. So we will discuss about Unit 1 in detail now. Okay, we'll see about Introduction to Energy. Energy is ability to do work, right? What is meant by energy? Energy is if you want to do some work, you have to have the energy. Same thing applies for everything. Essential for energy is mainly essential for transportation, industry, electricity, agriculture, household, and vehicles, everything. Whatever you see in artificial things, everything you need electricity. That is energy, electricity or fuel, fossil fuels like that. So it also depends on our country's economic growth and availability of the energy. So we can classify the energy into two types, one into primary and in the secondary. The primary energy, when it comes to primary energy, you can say it's a raw energy from the energy found in the nature. That is, we cannot do any process. That is, we are not doing any process to change energy. It's naturally available. These are called primary energy sources like sun radiation and wind, like that. When what is come to when you come to secondary energy, so we can say when there is a human intervention to process the conversion or process the energy, that is called secondary energy. So we burn a coal, make electricity, or make a wind turbine to rotate using windmills like that. This all comes under uh, secondary energy. That is, primary energy is converted to secondary energy. The primary energy, there are two types. We know that primary sources are classified into two types. One is renewable energy and is non-renewable energy. So now we will see the difference between renewable and non-renewable energy sources, the main differences. What are the main differences? We'll see one by one. One, non-renewable energy. These all exist in the nature, which is infinite amount. So they look millions of years they took to form, but it will exist for a lifetime for us. Um, like fossil fuels and nuclear energy, but it is a limited source. It will have a lifetime, but we have the limited source. You can say that fossil fuels, like coal, oil, natural gas, this and all fossil fuels. And nuclear energy. Nuclear energy specifically, we can say uranium. Uranium is the main thing to produce nuclear energy using uranium 232. Um, Also, thorium sometimes we'll use, but it provides massive amount of energy without combustion, but they have certain limitations. Renewable, non-renewable. Again, we'll see in detail. First, we'll see about renewable energy sources. First one is solar, which is from sun radiation, and wind energy from air currents caused there is uneven atmospheric heating. Also, the self rotation of the earth and It also revolves the sun. So this is also main reason to form a wind energy. And hydro. Hydro is energy falling or flowing water from the mountains or Himalayas. Like we have the source from the Himalayas and also big mountains. So from there can produce the hydro energy. Also some dams also we can generate the hydro energy using the potential water sources. And biomass. Biomass, already we know that organic material from the wastes or organic wastes, cow dung, like that. And sugar cane, this and all comes from biomass energy. And geothermal. Geothermal is simply that heat from the earth. This like greenhouse gases. So this also a one type of energy. So next we can see renewable energy sources in India. So in India, it has become world fastest growing renewable energy market, driven by the goal. So we are the target for a net zero emission by 2020. This is our goal. Here solar, we already have roughly 300 sunny days per year. This is a potentially massive. So the key regions now currently the projects are going on. Badalla Solar Park, one of the world's largest and in Rajasthan and also Gujarat we have. And wind power. Wind power, India has a fourth highest installed wind power capacity globally. So the key regions already the coastal states like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and Maharashtra leads due to the strong ocean winds because near ocean everyone knows we have the highest wind potentials. So these are all the things. Hydroelectric power next. Hydroelectric power in India uses Himalayan rivers, southern peninsular rivers for large scale power generation because we want to generate hydro means we need some water potential from upper side to lower side. This is the concept to run the hydro turbines. So that is the concept behind that. While large hydro is a major contributor, there is an increasing focus on small hydros because we have both large and small. So we have to concentrate on both. So small projects will be using small hydro in the dam like that. Luckily, we use like it's a ecosystem. Major hydropower in India is Tehran Dam and Bakra Nagal Dam. These and all we are using in India. Next, biomass. Biomass and green hydrogen. This since India is an agrarian economy, that is where agriculture dependent. So huge supply of agriculture waste residues that can be converted into energy and green hydrogen. Green hydrogen is a new frontliner that is frontier. India is investing heavily in renewable energy. So get the energy from the water, split hydrogen and oxygen. This is one project. So aiming to become a global export hub. So green hydrogen is a new trend in India. The future of renewable energy in India, targeting increase of renewable capacity significantly. This is focusing on mainly the small projects like solar rooftops. Everyone can use that. And offshore wind and green hydrogen we discussed earlier and battery storage systems. So these energy sources will be stored because we have to use the in the future we have to store the batteries. So these are all the main sustainable development goals for future India. challenges in renewable energy. If we are in the government is doing some projects, there will be main challenges for the government. So first thing is land acquisition. Since we need large land areas for the solar and wind projects, so we need to acquire the land from the public or other institutions like companies. So we need first land acquisition is the main issue, and the grid integration problems, because grid integration is a very big thing. So we cannot integrate a small amount of energy to the grid. So this is also a main problem. So we need to develop a huge amount of generation, then only can connect to the grid. And the storage technology limitation. Since we have the lithium shortage, so what is the lithium? This is used in the batteries. So there is a storage technology now is emerging. So like lithium ion to lithium carbon, now the storage technology is also emerging. So there is also a limitation now. We are using lithium because lithium is a shortfall in India, and also high initial investment. Since we need wind turbines and solar panels and land purchasing, this and all costs very high investment to in the starting stage. So these are all the main challenges for implementing this renewable energy in India. Now we conclude the video. Energy is a vital development for everyone. For everyone. Then renewable energy is the future because already we are fighting for the oil. Many countries doing that. So next future is only renewable energy. So every all other countries are already started these projects for sustainable energy. So making clear that it's a strong process and which is clean transition. So this is strong making it's 100%. We should move to the renewable. This is the only source, and this also is sustainable energy because it won't affect the future generation resources. So there is it don't deplete that. So this is our future. Also, it ensures our earth to be greener. Thank you.